I'm Brook Hoover, and here's 11 guitars you need if you want to rock.
Number 11.
A Beater Acoustic. This is a Checkmate, and it's pretty much identical to my first guitar, so it's a little bit sentimental to me. I keep it tuned down to low B so the neck doesn't fall off. This is the kind of guitar you can throw in your car without a case and just go play anywhere. So it's tuned down low. Easy to play too.
Number 10.
A lap steel guitar. This is a 1955 Fender Champ, and it's tuned to open G. I record some roots and country now and then, and adding a track of lap steel really makes it sound authentic. There's some kind of stock licks you can learn that are not too difficult. Plus, you can do this.
Number 9.
A funky Japanese import. This is a Tisco tulip guitar. It's got a whammy bar and these cool pickups and switches and everything. This thing's been hanging on the wall for a few months. I haven't touched it, and I just got it down and it's still in tune. Really easy to play. Plus a whammy bar. Funky.
Number 8.
Baritone. This is a Dan Electro baritone with lipstick tube pickups, and it's tuned to low B. So my band Surf Zombies uses baritone guitars on stage and in the studio all the time. The baritone gives you a few lower notes. It kind of makes you think differently because you have to figure out what key you're in. You can get some real twangy stuff or some real thick, low stuff. Why do you need a 7-string when you can just play a baritone? That's your low note. You can also tune it down. Get some chugging going on.
Number 7.
Gretch. This is a 1957 Gretch 6121 that I bought. It was kind of shelled out, and I had it restored over the years. It's highly modified. So Gretches are known for this master volume here and the Filtertron pickups. A lot of times they have a Bigsby. This was added later. I think they're just visually awesome. They look really cool. When you see a Gretch, it just makes you stop and go, whoa, what's going on here? Of course, it has the glued-in neck. These are the original tuners. I've played this 4-hour gigs, and it just stays in tune the whole time. Gretches are good for rock and roll, country, blues, pop, whatever. Just a good, solid guitar. Often makes me think of Stray Cats or Reverend Horton Heat.
Number 6.
Rickenbacker 12-string. I use this guitar for studio work mainly. It's fun to put a capo on and play up the neck, play little miniature chords, and it's a very nice layer to add to a track. I've also used this for cover band gigs, maybe 4-hour bar band gigs, and I just bring it along and play all the cover songs, and just like it was a 6-string, no big deal. So these are known for these beautiful kind of shimmery sounding pickups.
Number 5.
A Gibson J100 or a J200. I bought this new in 1994, and since then I've worn the finish off the back of the neck right down in this position, teaching thousands of lessons. I also use it in the studio if I want to record a song with vocals. I'll put a mic right up here and sing and play. Then I've got kind of a organic structure of the song, and then I can overdub more guitars, bass, and drums on top of that. I rent this guitar out to people going into the studio, and they get good results. I also had some electronics installed, like a pickup, so I can plug it in. I get good reports from sound engineers at gigs, but I don't usually take this out live. It's just for around the house. To me, the Gibson is just the classic acoustic guitar. My first teacher had a Gibson Acoustic. Elvis played an acoustic. The Beatles played the J45s, I believe they're called. Buddy Holly played a J200. I just love the Gibson Acoustic. I think that's where it's at.
Number 4.
A Gibson Les Paul. I've actually found that some Epiphones are really good too, but for me it's going to be a Gibson. This is a 1970 custom, and it's very heavy. Nowadays they chamber them so they're a lot lighter. The cool thing about a Gibson Les Paul, of course, is the way it looks. If I was going to play like a swanky gig, I would bring this so I don't look like a total caveman in an attempt to dress myself up. It looks kind of classy. This has a maple cap on the body, and the body is mahogany, which you can see from that horrible buckle rash. Mahogany neck, 2 humbuckers. The controls are really cool. You can put this pickup selector in the middle and get a lot of different tones by blending in the different levels of the 2 pickups and take the tone down a little bit and mellow it out. You can get some really bright Telecaster kind of shrill sounds or some real fat jazz box sounds. They just play great. It's easy to get up high and bend the highest note. Reasonably easy. Any model of Les Paul is very cool. For me, I really like the ebony black ones, but I'm not really that much into the sunburst. Maybe some kind of brown tobacco bursts are pretty cool, or the lemon looking ones. White is good, but I'm pretty traditional with the look of these. Definitely need a Les Paul.
Number 3.
The Fender Stratocaster. This is a 64. I've played this, about over 30 years I've played this guitar in gigs and clubs and studios and all that. It's kind of beat up. One thing I love about a Strat is the contour here where it fits your rib cage. This contour for your right arm. I like the horns, the shapes, the curves, easy access to the highest fret. I like the bridge pickup the most, but all pickups sound good. The whammy can be awesome if it's set up perfectly. This one's kind of worn out. I like the look of the headstock, the feel of the neck. Any genre. You can get all kinds of good tones by messing around with the tone control, flipping the pickup switch. I love the whammy bar on these, really, but they can be a pain in the neck. If I get a call for a challenging gig that maybe is outdoors in a difficult environment, or just a utility gig that I know it's going to be kind of a challenging day and I don't want to worry about a guitar, I'm just going to grab a Strat, hit the road, and everything's going to be fine. So you definitely need a Strat.
Number 2.
The Fender Telecaster. Leo Fender really got it right when he designed this. I love the funny little headstock, 6 tuners on the side, easy to get at when you tune, the necks feel great. The thing I love the most is the bridge pickup, but the neck pickup is amazing. A lot of people don't understand the neck pickup, but you can get some real dark, woofy, cool sounds, especially with some fuzz or roll off the tone. It's just this dark, weird beast. But the bridge pickup is extremely bright, very simple switching. You just got your neck, bridge, and both. When they're both on, they sound really chimey and beautiful. So it's just a real primitive slab body. The older ones were ash, and then they later switched to alder. I just love the Telecaster. When you add distortion, it is the most heavy metal of guitars, or very country and twangy. That neck pickup can be really creamy. And both of them.
Number 1.
And the number one guitar you need is a Gibson SG Jr. with a single P90, preferably in a cherry finish. This is an all mahogany guitar made by Gibson. They were put out in the early 60s as student models, but later rockers discovered that these stripped down lightweight guitars are perfect for playing long gigs and very comfortable to hold. It won't wear you out. They sound cool. They look great. These have a single volume control, which when you roll it down cleans up that P90 really well. When you roll the tone down, it goes from a pretty shrill sound to a real fat sound. So you can get a nice variety of tones with just a volume and tone control. That single P90 is a very old Gibson kind of pickup. Scotty Moore had two of them on his hollow body Gibson when he played on Elvis's early recordings. So this kind of pickup was right there at the birth of rock and roll. A single piece bridge, nice and stripped down, low maintenance, not a lot of weird hardware to worry about as simple as it gets. Neck is glued into the body. Again, it's all mahogany. Very comfortable neck. It's nice and wide. If you have fat fingers, you can get in there and play a C chord without knocking out strings. Very comfortable to play. Excellent access to the high frets. You know, if you see one of these, you're just like, whoa, what's going on? I mean, it gets my attention. And let's just hear a few notes. I'll just run through like an A blues scale. Gibson SG Jr. My number one pick for a rock and roll electric guitar. Wait! Breaking news. There is one guitar I would pick over the Gibson SG Jr., and that's a Fender Jaguar. This one was made in Japan, and I bought it about, maybe 17 years ago when I formed Surf Zombies, and I've played it just about every gig since, and it's been on every album we've done. I wasn't sure what to make of the switching. I thought it was broken. I didn't understand it. What I've learned is mainly just keep this up, which is like a kind of a bass cut, and then keep this up, which gives you just the bridge pickup, and you're in business. Never touch this. Always keep this down. If you come up here, you get this weird, horrible circuit that's flabby and unusable. The Jaguar just looks kind of cool and different. It's got that contour that I like here and here. The whammy bar always stays in tune. Never have any tuning issues. Doesn't break strings. That pickup always cuts through the mix. I'm not wild about the sunburst finish, but I've learned to enjoy it. So this is the one I do most of my gigs on with Surf Zombies, and that's my most popular band. These are not for everybody. So I was going to leave it off. In the last minute, I thought, well, let's include this on the top guitars you need in order to rock out. So a Jaguar, not for everybody, but for me, it is probably my main instrument.